What up, y'all? It's K-Rob, the Sports Encyclopedia. Welcome back to the channel. We're going to check out part 2 of the series from Colton Denning. This is his favorite college football plays of all time, part 2. We already did part 1. This is part 2 of 6. So we're going to get into this thing. Obviously, you see the way it's starting with maybe the most iconic trick play in the history of college football. One of the two that came in this game. This is, of course, the 2007 Fiesta Bowl, Boise State, Oklahoma. Still considered by most to be the biggest upset in the history of college football. There's been bigger ones since. Besides, this was a great Boise team, but unfortunately, it was also Adrian Peterson's last college football game. But we're going to go ahead and get into this thing. You guys know what to do. Let's have some fun. Let's watch some college football. By the way, July 10th, College Football 26 coming your way. Let's get it.
A last gasp for the Broncos.
Bransky's legs might be critical here to save time on throwing the ball.
Down the middle, James.
Lateral.
To the corner of the end zone. Can you believe that?
Now, that play was so insane. And it was fourth down. If Boise didn't convert, that's the ball game. And to have the balls to pull this off was legendary. Chris Peterson is a coaching legend for this.
I've seen it all. Now.
They got cards, colors, numbers.
Yep.
And you talk about Heisman moments. We talked about him in part 1. This is part 2 of the series. And this was Cam Newton's Heisman moment against LSU in his 2010 season when Auburn won the Natty.
Signals, headsets, they got everything.
Newton up the middle. No, I'm sorry. He goes right.
And watch that acceleration.
Still loose.
Oh, did he accelerate?
Unbelievable.
Oh,
Unbelievable.
my goodness.
Ridiculous. Auburn. Cam Newton was him, bro.
6'6", 250, ladies and gentlemen. Watch him accelerate right now.
Too big to be that fast.
Ball is back.
Oh, I remember this one. This is Megatron making that catch like this against his opposite side of his body because he could make Reggie Ball's inaccurate passes look catchable.
You talk about the playmaker, and Calvin Johnson went behind himself to get that one at the NC
Megatron was
State
ridiculous.
Comes inside, flattens out.
That was the highlight that put everyone on the map with him and like, wait a minute, who is this?
Stops on a dime. You see, oh boy. That's why he's unique. Oh,
Ridiculous.
he's unique.
Again, Travis Hunter before Travis Hunter. And this was one of those mini games I referenced in part 1 about the 0-2 Buckeyes, how I felt they were the luckiest team to ever win a national championship going in. Because they couldn't get over on Purdue in this game. Purdue couldn't get over on them. And this was obviously after the Holy Buckeye play. I think Kyle Orton was the quarterback for Purdue. And this was just one of those mini close games.
Move inside of a minute. Orton can't find the open man.
Rolls to his right.
Gonna go deep
Slinging
for
it
the
deep.
run.
And, oh! Chris Gamble was that guy. Chris Gamble was that guy, bro.
The two-way player slashes across. Now Dick
By the way, y'all ever had this? This stuff is delicious.
is wide to the left side as a wide receiver. The quarterback
Uh-oh, prime D-Mac.
will get the direct snap.
Wild hog, fakes it.
Keeps it. Comes left. Watch
He
out.
gone.
He's gone.
Quarterback, crackback block, bam!
Gets a great block and goes 73 yards.
That game, I remember watching it down when I was in college. And although Arkansas only went 8-5 that year, Darren McFadden arguably should have won the Heisman again.
And the players, they believe coming in. And it's Purified for a touchdown.
Bobby Purify, he was the two-headed monster at running back with Colorado and Chris Brown in 01. Oh, man, when Michigan got hit with the Statue of Liberty the next year, and this was that 07 Michigan team that got bounced by App State. And here's another guy that's kind of forgotten about unless you're an Oregon fan, Dennis Dixon. Had he not had a nasty injury against Arizona, would have won the Heisman in 07 potentially.
We're checking it off from the sideline.
At the 9-yard line. Pump
Statue
fake,
of Liberty.
Statue of Liberty. Stewart.
Red Sea parts.
Dixon. He had me.
Didn't give it to him.
He didn't give it to him.
If you guys are watching on the live, thank you so much, by the way.
He got me.
Share.
Touchdown, Oregon.
Was this
Run
a
likes
beautiful
up.
play or what? And they were waiting on the outside.
Let me know how y'all are doing today.
The Lions need 18.
Oh, man, Ed Reed in college.
Intercepted.
Look at that pick. Against Penn
Edward
State.
Reed is on the run for Miami.
Yeah, they weren't calling him Ed. It was Edward Reed. And look at those Hurricane unis, man.
He knows where
Woo!
to go. Here's a marker down. If it goes in, it'll come back, but it will be Miami's
That's filthy.
ball.
John David Booty drops.
Deflected.
Intercepted.
On the deflection.
USC losing to UCLA.
Eric McNeil.
I remember when UCLA used to have some really nice defenses in the mid-2000s, man. Shame.
The senior backup linebacker from Carson, California. The deflection and the pick.
No question what's about to happen. Be bigger.
I remember watching this. James Brown, quarterback for Texas, rolls out, tied into wide open.
Baby, Derek Lewis in a foot race. And Jamel Williams has got him at the 10-yard
Awesome, awesome.
Call by Makovich.
Charlie Strong does not want to watch.
Oh, man, I remember this one, 2016. Nothing was more embarrassing in college football in the 2010s than if you lost to Kansas. Nothing. If you're at Texas and you lost to them, which they did twice, I might add. See what I did there? That's just embarrassing.
Jayhawks win.
What a cartwheel play by Boykin. You saw rally
Can't guard Mike
to
Thomas,
beat West
2014.
Virginia last week. Barrett a first
JT
down.
Barrett.
Goal on a slant, complete. Running free is Michael Thomas.
He gone. He gone.
40. A foot race and
He is
Thomas
gone,
will
gone.
win it.
Woo! I remember this distinctly, of course, the 2007 college football season. Any college football fans here, let me know here, holler at me. The 07 season was bonkers, but to me the best thing was the fact that Notre Dame went 3-9. Now, I know they lost a ton. They were starting a lot of freshmen, underclassmen, but they lost to Navy, and they had beaten Navy 42 straight years. And finally, Navy broke the streak against them.
Thomas.
And shut them down.
And this time
That's it.
it's official.
46-44.
The streak has ended at Notre Dame Stadium on November 3rd, 2007.
And a memorable season opener for both teams.
Hail Mary for BYU to beat Nebraska.
Three-man rush. Mangum, all kinds of time. Steps into the
Slings
throw,
it deep.
in the wind, down to the goal line, and
He caught it right at the line.
Touchdown,
They gave it to him.
BYU.
They gave it to him.
Mitch Matthews on the last play of the game.
That's his blitz.
George Teague, 93 Sugar Bowl.
Down. Lamar Thomas has got it. Lamar Thomas
He's gone. Nope, Teague's going to catch him. He's going to catch him. Oh, he stripped the ball from him. Oh, shit. Oh, wow. See, I mainly remember George Teague for him knocking T.O. out at the Dallas Star for posing on it. But that is a football play. He chased down a wide receiver and stripped the ball from out of his hands. That's wild. Reggie Bush.
Gets the outside. He's at the 30. It's a race.
Hit him with that Okie back.
Comes back to the near side of the field. He's going to go. It's going to be another USC touchdown and another thing of beauty from one of the best running backs you will ever
Reggie Bush is him.
All the more huge for a program like Louisiana.
All right, here's another one. This was, like I said, I went to a Sun Belt school. I went to Arkansas State, so shout out to the Red Wolves. 2025 Sun Belt champs, by the way. Just going to put that out there. But whenever a Sun Belt school plays an SEC school or any of the big boys, and one of our schools beats those teams, we're all rooting for our conference of, our fellow conference members. So when ULM, and granted, this is the best ULM team they've had since moving up, they beat Arkansas in Little Rock. That was spectacular.
Here's the ball game.
And this is the best quarterback they've ever had at that school, Colton Browning. Red Sea parts, and he runs down.
First down, making his way to
Ball
the
game.
end zone. Touchdown.
Ball game.
Louisiana Monroe has pulled off the upset.
Man, Maurice Claret, you talk about a what could have been.
Got a man wide open. It's Claret. Out of bounds.
Talk about what could have been. Glad to see he's got his life in order.
Maurice Claret, who is
Very
an
happy about that.
outstanding pass receiver.
Here we go.
And here's Texas losing to Kansas again. I distinctly remember the story about this game, and it was because Jalen Daniels, I believe, was a freshman, the KU quarterback, and he was one of the better ones they've had. But there were a bunch of recruits visiting Texas at this game, and as soon as they lost, and this game went to overtime, as soon as Texas lost, a lot of these recruits immediately decommitted and started trolling Texas. That's how devastating way back when it was to lose to the Jayhawks.
Daniels, flushed.
Rose was right,
Daniels,
and bam!
Kansas wins it!
That was just the one team you just couldn't lose to.
Excellent percentage all year long, converting on fourth down.
Marcus Mariota.
Keeps it for now. Cuts back.
Heisman moment.
Mariota, a green blur to the end zone.
Play action.
Now this game was big time, especially if you're a Kentucky fan. If anyone's a big fan of Big Blue Nation, shout out in the chat here. They had lost 31 consecutive games to Florida. They hadn't beaten Florida, I think, since 1986. It was 30 games since 1986, and this was 2018 when they finally ended the drought and beat Florida.
Wilson lets it go.
Big rocket to Lynn Bowden Jr. Good night.
Touchdown, Kentucky. 54 yards to silence the crowd at the Swamp. A definitive moment.
Oh, we got College Ray Lewis. Let's go.
Lots of time.
Pick. Woo! Is Ray going to take it to the house? Nah, but that's clutch.
And terrific photo. They're going to put it up on first down. Go for the jumper. Touchdown. Tight end. The tight end. Daniel Graham.
One of the best tight ends at the time.
Out of the eye
Daniel
in a
Graham
tight
on that
formation.
for Colorado.
Taylor.
Andrew Luck in here. Uh-oh, fumble. Ooh! You don't see quarterbacks lay the wood like that, but Andrew Luck was a different animal. His running back fumbled the ball, and then it gets recovered by USC, and then Luck just lights up the defender for USC, and then forces a fumble. And Stanford, I think they got the ball back.
Touchdown by Creamy.
Did they get the ball back?
Reese Wright, are you kidding?
Ooh, wee.
That was the
That's the hardest quarterback shot I've ever seen.
Easily.
Oh, man.
All right, we got a Zeke highlight.
Elliott has the first.
Yeah, he gone.
And Elliott's going to have a touchdown.
Again, I hope y'all having a wonderful day wherever you're
Takes
watching.
it to the house.
He picks up four seconds.
Tavon Austin, the ultimate highlight reel.
Austin finds a hole.
He killed Oklahoma. Look at that speed. Forget it.
Touchdown, West Virginia.
Makes me mad to this day how we did Tavon Austin. All he needed was the ball.
First down and 10 with a 3-point lead.
Percy Harvin.
Chris Leak intercepted twice in this half. Hands it off to Harvin. He comes back. Say
Goodbye.
goodbye.
Speed for
There
days.
are no flags. It's a touchdown, Florida.
Second down. Ball back up here. Williams throws.
Quarterback pass.
Williams throws to Leinart.
Matt Leinart catches a football in the Rose Bowl. Mike Williams was another guy that we thought could have been somebody. Oh, Le'Veon Bell. All right.
Back to Le'Veon Bell on first down. Big hole.
Oh, look at that leap.
Inside the 30-yard line.
And he said
Should have stuck to football, bro.
Bell is projected as a second-round pick, right in the passing game.
Should have stuck to football. Rap and win your thing.
That's 245 pounds jumping over a defensive back. Are you kidding me?
Point where you start to feel sorry for him.
McAnderson, he ain't feeling sorry for him. Touchdown number 4 on the day for McAnderson, and can you say 75 points?
Now, I know I said in the last video the 62-36 loss to Colorado in 01 was the death of Nebraska football. That was the lowering end of the ground. This game where they lost 76-45 to Kansas, and granted that's the best team in history of KU football. That was piling the dirt on top of the casket. Nebraska football by that time had died.
For Kansas.
They're going to go with an empty backfield. Now they bring Knight back into a setback position. He's straight back.
To Sherman. Oh, it's gone.
Intercepted by Sherman, and Sherman's going to take this to the house. 42 yards. Touchdown, Stanford.
Fun fact, 2 years prior to this play, Richard Sherman was the leading receiver for Stanford, so he was another two-way guy, but he got converted over. Imagine if he played both sides simultaneously.
3rd down and 11. Oklahoma
I remember
State
this one.
on
Texas had to make a big comeback, and that pump fake, say goodbye to Vince Young.
Touchdown, Texas.
See the pump
Look at that pump fake. Got him up in the air.
8, jumps up in the air to try and bat down a pass. Then he gets a block on the corner on Chase Holland, number 14, from one of his wide receivers.
5 wide, spread them out, and then Martell's feet become
A rare Tate Martell side, and his dudes transfer so many times and make your head spin.
part of the equation. Here comes the feet.
Into play. Nice cutback. Big lane for Martell. And now the speed. Got a block. Martell to the edge. Dives for the pylon. Touchdown.
He clearly had the ability.
Well, this field goal attempt is going to come from 50 yards away. In fact, it's just beyond the 40. We'll see if they say 50 or 51.
Fake. Whoa! He intercepted the pitch. Wow. Wow.
For a touchdown, Colorado.
He intercepted the pitch. That's crazy.
Look at the bumps coming on the field. They got about 20 guys out there right now.
Oh, we got Dak.
Empty backfield.
Remember this game?
Dak Prescott
against LSU.
All the way, and he's got a big opening. And a stiff arm, Dak Prescott. This is what he does better than anybody in the SEC. Touchdown.
Here's Hackenberg.
Allen Robinson up top.
He's going to go for it right here. And Robinson comes down with it. At the 1-yard line.
Allen Robinson should have been better in the league than he was, and he had some good years.
So much for being patient.
Kendrick keeps it, throws it to the end zone, and it is picked off.
This play was so clutch by Maurice Clarett.
Picked off by Sean Taylor. He threw it right to him. He had double coverage on his intended receiver and no chance to get it there, and Clarett
Clarett
took it away
ball.
from him.
Yes, he did, Keith. Maurice Clarett with the play of the game, perhaps, as Sean Taylor going down the sidelines, reminiscent of
If Sean Taylor somehow houses that, game's over.
George Teague of Alabama stealing the ball from Miami.
Jackson,
Lamar 8, Florida State up.
makes a cut. Why not spin in for another touchdown? Unbelievable.
Here's Gilbert, that inside shuttle pass.
Incomplete.
And incomplete and a fumble. Picked up by Darius. Darius in the air. Darius going for the end zone. That could be a touchdown.
That's the most dominant Alabama team of the Nick Saban era, point blank. The 09-10 team was just insane. And also, I know Texas fans will be like, well, if we had Colt McCoy, nah, he would have got his ass beat too. Same guy who got sacked 4 times by Ndamukong Suh in the Big 12 championship game. Imagine, because now you're playing against 3 of them on one line with Alabama. You weren't beating them.
If he's got it in the air, that's an interception and a touchdown. That was a shuttle pass, remember. And the way they're celebrating, you think in all the world that Marcel Darius, who knocked Colt McCoy out of the game.
Time to lean on your IQ guy.
Yeah, for those who didn't know, Russell Wilson was a transfer to Wisconsin. He started at NC State, which, of course, he had all the ability, but he also had a problem with interceptions at NC State. Efficiency greatly changed with Wisconsin.
Wilson gets out of the pocket, gets outside.
He's got to run.
And now has to cut back inside, heading back for the original line of scrimmage. Why not go for the end zone?
Yeah, oh boy, that's cold. That is cold. Oh, y'all know I love me some college Michael Vick. This is against Temple was dog ass in the Big East. Like, it was them and Rutgers where you're guaranteed wins every year. So the fact that they're already up 20 early in the third, no shock.
Vick.
Got him bottled.
Flushed out.
No, they don't.
And he is loose again.
Woo!
Midfield.
Oh!
He will. Touchdown, Michael Vick.
Ted Ginn.
Ginn, he thought Holmes was going to step over. Then he makes the catch on it. Ginn swings free. Look out now. Can Finley get an angle?
Nope. Goodbye.
Down the sideline. Forget about it.
Look at that those long strides, combining with his speed.
Under a minute and a half to go. No timeout.
Hey, for you Vodtech fans out there, first off, congratulations. You're getting Enter Sandman in College Football 26. This game was legendary. Absolutely legendary. It made Tyrod Taylor a Vodtech legend.
For Virginia Tech. They need to go another 84 yards to win the game. Taylor looking desperately. Now throws it deep. Has a man open. Danny Cole all the way.
Oh, got clipped.
Out of bounds at the 3.
That is a legendary play.
On Williams. Sims doesn't look at his direction. Comes back, and there is his third interception thrown to the middle to Medford Moore, who picks it off. And Moore.
Oh, is he going to go? He's going to go.
Touchdown, Colorado. Touchdown.
He fumbled on their last possession.
Hey, now this right here, this single game performance put Khalil Mack on the map and also showed that, hey, even at the University of Buffalo, they got dogs too. Obviously, the Bulls didn't win this game, but Khalil Mack got America's attention with his performance.
And intercepted. Khalil Mack picks off the pass from Miller. Wilson giving chase. Mack diving for the end zone. Touchdown.
I called Mack a playmaker, but that was impressive. Not only did he catch the ball, but the speed. Those are skill guys chasing him. That's Braxton Miller chasing him.
And this Nebraska defense has played valiantly all day. One colossal breakdown, but now they're going to cover it up with a stand in the final minute. Taylor, design, roll to the left. Now comes back to the right. Waving receivers around. Nobody open.
Look at this. Look at this.
Finally throws, and it is gone.
That is incredible. All right, this is one of the most controversial games in college football history. Michigan fans call it Clockgate. Now, for context, we'll play the clip and then I'll explain.
Third down coming up. The Spartans have to hurry. 5 seconds. 4, 3, 2. Smuggler bounces it.
Now, do you notice that 1 second was a little longer than it should have been? Michigan fans to this day have argued that the home scoreboard operator did not turn that 1 to a 0 fairly and held it long enough for Michigan State to spike the ball.
With 1 second to go, they're going to get one more play.
This defense has done it.
Michigan State would proceed to throw a game-winning touchdown with 1 second left and beat Michigan. Again, that game is known as Clockgate.
An excellent job. South Carolina just 125 yards.
Oh, look at the big fella, Melvin Ingram.
Executed to perfection
by
South Carolina.
Oh! That is tough. That was tough. Melvin Ingram, who's a hell of a player in the NFL. That was tough. This right here is the game-winning touchdown pass from Joe Germain to David Boston in the Rose Bowl. This game basically, if Arizona State wins this game, and I think there was like less than 20 seconds left in this play, Arizona State arguably wins the national championship outright in 1996-97.
Keller is offset from Pepe. Jermaine gonna throw it wide open. Got him. Buckeyes lead it. 19 seconds
That's one of the greatest Rose Bowls of all time, I might add.
to go.
How do you spell ice bath?
Devin Carter.
2nd and 7. Leary has tons of time into the end zone.
What a catch! Stop! That is awesome. And here is the conclusion to Clockgate. Again, there was a little home cooking. That is an infuriating game to Michigan fans who are old enough to remember, and probably the younger fans who've been told about it.
10 in this second half.
KD Nixon, 2019.
Good balance, distributing the ball all over the place.
You ran a flea flicker that deep?
They've got Nixon.
Get out of here! Wow!
Changes in the blink of an eye.
That takes balls. Kadeem Carey in 2013 was the best running back in college football. He won the Doak Walker. NFL career didn't take off like I think a lot of people hoped. He was with the Bears, but he won the Doak Walker as college football's best running back for Arizona.
Holy cow!
Same set as the last time. Smith right.
I remember watching this game, and for some reason, unbeknownst to anybody, Corvallis is a hard place to win for USC. Mid-2000s, they could not do it.
Jarrett left. They need the two-point conversion. They go this time. It's knocked down. It's knocked down, and the Beavers are going to win it.
2nd and 7 for Purdue. Michigan 32-yard line.
They're going press man.
Remember when Purdue used to be good?
Safety, but still.
Oh, hook and ladder! Wow! That's incredible.
So well done. Give those guys credit. Siller's pass gets it inside, perfect, and then on the lateral, even better.
Indiana has to find the end zone.
Legendary play that, although Michael Penix didn't end his career at Indiana, made him a Hoosier legend forever. And of course, this would happen during the pandemic, where damn near nobody could go to anything.
It comes down to this play.
Breaks pocket. Breaks pocket.
And they're saying he is in.
That play was debated for a good while whether he actually broke the plane. But it was confirmed he did, and Indiana went on to have an amazing, albeit abbreviated season. Man, this right here.
Dobbs heaves it. They're bunched up in the end zone. It's tipped up. It's caught. It is caught. Jawan Jennings.
I had made reference, actually, because the touchdown Georgia scored to go ahead before all of this happened was in part 1, and I made mention of Blake Harris and Harris highlights, how this was under one of his Game to Remember series on his channel. And this game was absolutely incredible. It is so memorable, and shout out to Butch Jones, who's the head coach of my Arkansas State Red Wolves, who's the head coach of Tennessee at the time. Look at the way he high points that over everybody.
Jawan Jennings, Day not hesitating. And on 4th down, Fields again tries to bait the defense. Throws end zone, touchdown, Olave! And OSU reclaims the lead.
It's been something he's liked all day. A whole lot of field to work with.
Remember watching this one as well, and this was when Cincinnati put college football on notice. They had a crap load of good receivers, a really good quarterback in Tony Pike. Like, this was a really fun football team to watch.
Cincinnati 28 yards and an extra point away from taking the lead. To the end zone it goes. Caught! Touchdown, Armand Benz.
Do I gotta watch this shit? I ain't gonna stop the video, y'all, but I can't stand this dude. I cannot stand Nebraska football. And this was like, at least in my experience as a Mizzou fan, this play summarized how bad we were. I'll do it for y'all.
Close quarters. 3rd and 8. Nebraska's backed up.
Look at this. We got Nebraska, who at the time was famous for the triple option. We got them bottled up and put them in a passing situation. Then this happens.
Oh, man, Crouch escapes. And he'll have a first down. Wow. Oh, man, look at this.
Jeez.
Oh, no, he could go.
Wow. Amazing.
See you later. That may be one of the most unreal runs I have ever seen.
I thought he was trapped for a safety, and he turned a safety into a touchdown. Unbelievable individual effort by an incredible athlete.
95 yards.
I really had to go through that again. Damn. We were awful. That was, I believe, Pinkel's first year. Things turned around. Let's just say that. I remember this catch by the A.J. Green. Y'all are going to see. This is filthy. Number one, why would you have him in man coverage?
And they capitalize after the great big and explosive plays they got. Green and King. And what a play going up. A.J. Green
Stop.
bringing it down.
Stop.
Classic catch. Touchdown, Georgia.
Woo! Desmond Ritter.
Ritter keeping. Gonna get around Bertrand. Gonna go to the end zone. Ritter, touchdown, Cincinnati.
Here's Flynn. Deep. Intercepted. Laterell Richardson, Arkansas wins.
See, that was actually Houston Nutt's last game as Arkansas's head coach. He did not coach in the Cotton Bowl against Mizzou, which they got blasted anyway. But LSU that year, they wound up winning the national championship with 2 losses. They lost to 5-loss Kentucky eventually. At the time, I think Kentucky was ranked 17th. And then that was a triple overtime game. Then they lose at home in triple overtime to Arkansas. Both of those teams finished 8-5. All Tennessee had to do was beat LSU in the national championship game, and all Mizzou had to do was win the Big 12 title game against Oklahoma, and all West Virginia had to do was beat 4-7 Pitt. It was 4-7 Pitt. We would have got Mizzou, West Virginia in the national championship. Nobody, truth be told, I don't think really anybody deserved to play for the national title that year, but the best team, you could argue, was Georgia. And then maybe the second best team was probably Hawaii. No bull. They finished undefeated. Another classic Peter Warrick highlight.
Play action. Deep ball for Warrick. He got it. And score. Touchdown.
Moss that man.
Perfect covered by David Evans. Watch this. He turns around. No interference. And it worked. Just
sometimes there's nothing you can't do.
And here's
Percy.
First down and 10. They go left. It's Harvin. If he splits him, he might be gone. He splits him. He is going to be gone. No flags. 80 yards. Percy Harvin.
Here's Barrett finding a hole. Look out. He's past the 25-yard line.
Y'all gonna get him? Nah, stop it. Stop it.
Barrett inside the 20 to the 10.
Oh,
touchdown.
Couldn't get JT Barrett. Hey, now this is,
and perhaps a player.
This right here is an all-time classic.
In the college football playoff and the 29th consecutive conference win. Blocked, snuffed, rubbed out, erased. And Georgia Tech with an opportunity. Austin still on his feet. One man. You can't believe what just happened. What a time to be alive!
And that's one of many reasons people laugh at Florida State to this day, because of shit like this.
This looks like it's going to be 57. Breeze not a factor.
Now, this is a follow-up from part 1 where the guy for Florida chucked an LSU player's shoe off the field, and he picked up and threw it and got them a 15-yard unsportsmanlike conduct. Marco Wilson was his name, and which led to this field goal scenario.
This is for the lead in the final 30 seconds. Career long
57 yards.
Snap and hold are good. Did he get all of that? It's right down the middle, and it is good from 57 yards.
Went out, looks left, takes time, fires in the end zone.
Kick. Oh!
But caught for a touchdown. James Rodgers on the carry.
Got the foot. Second foot. Rest in peace, Philip Lutzenkirchen. He was a tremendous tight end at Auburn. R.I.P. big fella.
Newton back to throw under some pressure, pulls up.
Wide open.
Caught. Lutzenkirchen. Auburn has claimed a tie in the ballgame.
And he's behind center, and the quarterback Zabransky is in motion.
Boise did not stop with the craziness.
They do this a lot. Peretta to take the snap. He's going to throw it to the end zone. Touchdown!
Man.
So he's got Orr.
Oh, look, there's Gamble again.
They're going to go for Orr. Love it. Orr. Gamble. Gamble went up and got it. Interception, his second of the season, and he kills the rally.
To keep Oklahoma's defense honest all.
Hey, Roy Williams, the safety, because there was also a really good wide receiver named Roy Williams who played in the NFL at that time. He was one of the hardest hitting safeties, and honestly, he is the reason that the horse collar tackle is illegal in the NFL.
Bay for the first down. Bell with a nice.
Oh!
Roy Williams.
Oh!
He pops back up, but did Williams ever set him up?
Damn! You see what I mean?
Bowman's out, Massey's out, Hoyer's out, Stevens out. Ball is thrown for Kerry Carver.
Damn!
What a catch! A penalty flag goes.
I remember he played for the
Close
Panthers.
The barn door, I'll tell you right now. If you get these guys getting
Well, he
rolling,
muscled
they
off
go
of that
downhill
corner.
pretty fast. It's 21-0, USC.
Now, real OGs know all about Seneca Wallace, and dude played for a handful of teams in the NFL. He probably would get an opportunity more in today's NFL because of plays like what he's about to do. And he was the guy that really helped get Iowa State on the map as a quality football program. I mean, 2002, look how high Iowa State is ranked at the time, given their history.
On 2nd and 10. Wallace looking for the second option. Still looking.
Look at this.
Back to the 30. Scrambling. Tight ropes down inside the 10. Look out.
Bam! There's the block.
Wallace, touchdown, incredible play.
Seneca Wallace was a cheat code.
Before he injured a knee and lost the starting position to injury.
Well, all three of their tailbacks are over 7 yards per carry average.
Frazier.
Touchdown, Tommy Frazier.
Look at
this.
More
Look at
yards
this.
to those. Big, oh, they don't have him yet. Look at Tommy Frazier. How many tackles can one man break? Touchdown.
That was the pinnacle of Nebraska
His
football.
second touchdown run of the night. 14 carries, make it 195, a career high. And this.
Like, I know Bryson Daly for Army had a phenomenal rushing year last year for the Black Knights, but when you think of like power running quarterbacks out of the option, Tommy Frazier should be the first name you think of if you know your college football. And if not, go learn it.
In his final game as the Nebraska quarterback, on his way to a 33-3 record as a starter. It's almost as though Florida thought the whistle had blown, but it hadn't. No one complained about it. I mean, he shook off with 4 tackles.
This is where you hate these offenses where you can't get under.
Oh, this is that lucky play with Chad Kelly.
High snap, Kelly has to collect it, makes a dead
should heave into traffic. Treadwell off his hands and into the hands of Adebayo. A crazy carom and a touchdown for the Rebels.
But this ball bounces off the defender Fitzpatrick's helmet, 29. Goes right off of his helmet, right into the air.
Griffin a wing left. Frazier under center. Gives to Dixon to the left. Touchdown! Touchdown, Connecticut! The Huskies race out of the field.
Yes, you're not tripping. At one point, UConn, and granted, they won 9 games last year, a quiet 9 games, but UConn at one point was playing some good football in the mid to late 2000s, and yes, they went to South Bend and beat Notre Dame.
And UConn has beaten Notre Dame in South Bend.
From 48 yards. Looking for the tie.
Hooked it. He hooked it.
And Colorado, back from the dead, wins a classic.
Zeke again.
Elliott breaks free. Ezekiel Elliott gets a block and busts to the end zone.
Cooper Rush.
Oh my God, this game right here, this finish is legendary. Central Michigan, again, a good MAC program, but again, you're playing against ranked Oklahoma State on the road. There's no time left. I don't remember what the context was to get to this point, but this was crazy.
The shotgun, 3 players lined up essentially by the goal line. Rush, stepping up, throwing to Kroll, catches the lateral. Here comes Willis racing to the end zone.
Fucking unbelievable, man.
Unbelievable! Central Michigan does it!
What, bro? Presence of mind.
The previous play is under further review.
He broke the plane. And again, you wonder why we laugh at Florida State. Now, granted, Jacksonville State's a good program, but at this time, they're still FCS, top-tier FCS, but still.
Here's Cooper, 4-man rush for Florida State, going to cut it loose. Phil Johnson caught it inside the 10. Phil Johnson on his feet, he'll cut back, and Jacksonville State has won at the Horn.
First and 10. Ball down to the 14.
Now, here's a guy who absolutely bombed in the NFL, but had one of the best college careers of all time. Rashawn Woods is one of the best wide receivers to ever play college football. And this game right here, this was such a huge upset. Oklahoma State was bad at this time, but it was Les Miles. I think it was his first year. And he went to Norman and did something that at the time Oklahoma State couldn't do. They won Bedlam.
Burrow, the only one in the backfield. Fields, fade, corner. Rashawn touchdown, Oklahoma State. Pulled it on Derek Strait. Woods coming down with it.
Here he is right here. 6'5" guy.
Grothy throws the other way. He's got a touchdown, South Florida, and the Bulls upset Auburn.
Turns out it wasn't that much of an upset that year. That South Florida team got as high as number 2 in the country. But, of course, 2007, weird shit happened every week. This is another legendary play. Yeah, Donovan McNabb was the truth at Syracuse. Syracuse was really, really damn good at that time.
Throwing the other way for the tight end, Berminski. Wow. I don't believe it. I don't believe it.
Second down and 5. Jermaine's pass caught by Boston. Good for
Oh, boy.
He scores.
David Boston had one great game or career. In his career, he had one great season in the NFL with the Arizona Cardinals. Then he signed a big free agent deal in 2003 with the Chargers, and all of a sudden, he forgot how to catch. Absolutely forgot how to catch. Now, this game is hilarious because this was when Florida was really bad, and Georgia Southern is one of those FCS teams at the time that teams did not want to schedule because of the triple option. Georgia Southern won this game didn't throw a single pass.
Or so for a field goal try. To the corner. McKinnon. Touchdown.
Second down and 8. And let's see if Crum comes in motion.
There's that man, Chris Brown, again.
Straight to the end zone. Touchdown, Colorado.
Derek Harris is in at fullback number 34.
Oh, Royer blew that up.
Great play by Malloy.
Royer Malloy was a phenomenal safety.
Setting back to the 6-yard line.
Jeez.
Matthews to the near side, split wide for
And we referenced this game in part 1. This was obviously Colin Kaepernick's greatest season at Nevada. Rashard Matthews had a solid NFL career as well. Again, all Boise had to do was win this game, and this was the biggest game in WAC history. They probably would have gone to the national title.
Kaepernick. Play clock at 2. Touchdown, Nevada! Rashard Matthews does it again! He's a tough hombre. Still going. Touchdown, Roberson!
L. Roberson was a dog.
Rudolph. Intercepted to the end zone. Justin Thomas, touchdown, Utah.
Of everything going on in college football, as soon as this one is in the book, play action Manziel. He's going to go deep right again, and he's got.
Oh gosh, what a pass!
Ryan Swope was a dog at Texas A&M. People, when they think A&M wideouts, they obviously think Mike Evans. Ryan Swope, I believe, is the school's all-time leader in career receptions. Dude was tough.
Oh, wow! A wheel route, and he put it like a baton in a track race.
And people said Johnny Manziel couldn't make throws.
Coaching for a long time. He's now a receiver coach for the Cleveland Browns. Second down, powering ahead. Great fake, wide open, get him.
Ted Ginn Jr. was a problem.
Can Byram make it again?
Oh, this is the see you later alligator game.
How cool is Wes Byram?
Yes, there it is. See you later, alligator.
Twice.
Don't count out the fullback Owens.
Man, again, West Virginia in the mid-2000s, that option attack on the old NCAA games with Pat White and Steve Slayton, that shit was not fair. Steve Slayton was so fast.
Schmidt, he'll get the ball occasionally. It's a draw play to Slayton. Big opening off the left side. He's in the open field. He's got great speed. Slayton inside the 20. He's gone. Touchdown, West Virginia.
But he's got 3 total yards in the second half.
14 carries, 56 yards in all. Play action. McCarron. Again, no rush.
Oh!
Picked off by Morris Claiborne. To the 20. Down to the 15. First Alabama turnover tonight.
And Justin Fields will come back onto the field. Knee brace now on that left leg. Thank goodness he's okay after that scary play earlier this drive.
10th play of the drive that started at the Ohio State 20. 2nd and 10 for Fields. He's got the hardware on the leg. Fields to throw it. Pump fake. Scrambles. Sets. Fires.
Oh, come on. Wow. And that's why I have not given up on Justin Fields, because of ability like that. I don't know if the New York Jets are the right organization to get it out of him. We're going to find out. But undisputed, he's the guy there. And he gets to throw to his old man, Garrett Wilson.
Justin Fields comes off the bench and throws a strike.
5 yards taken off. It'll be a second down now. Second down at 16. Looking, Tate wants to go deep for the touchdown.
Hey, remember when Iowa used to be able to throw the ball forward? Drew Tate, outside of Brad Banks, who, if you don't know about him, look him up. He was a Heisman finalist in 2003, I believe. No, it's 2002. But Drew Tate, who was his successor, could sling it.
Man open at the 20. It is caught. 10, 5, touchdown! Holloway! Oh, my! And they're on the field. The clock has expired.
hands and let him do something with the man. He did. He delivered the first down.
First down and 10.
Oh!
Got rocked by Mario Williams.
Mario Williams on those NCAA games was unfair because he had like 90-something acceleration as an edge. And that was right there the reason why the Texans took him first overall in 2006 when everyone said, you got to take Vince Young. David Carr sucks. You got to take Vince Young. Now they want this dude. And let's be honest, Mario Williams had a much better career than Vince Young.
Meanwhile, the Clemson offense has been a high-octane thing all season long in the ACC. Spiller broke a tackle, cuts outside, got a first down. Down the sideline is C.J. Spiller. They might not get him. He's got tremendous speed.
He's a track runner, I believe.
Track man,
yeah.
Touchdown. Whoa.
C.J. Spiller and James Davis were stupid together.
There are two blue shirts right there that miss him. Now, when he gets back to the outside, it's over right now.
And there goes number 28 for 83 yards and a Clemson touchdown. And the Clemson Tigers.
Here it's scoreless at the Orange Bowl in Miami.
Peter work again.
Winky pumps, fires.
Oh! Jeez.
First down and 10 at the 33. J.K. Dobbins. What a day. What a life, Dobbins.
Yep.
First down, Dobbins.
Oh.
Touchdown, Ohio State.
Not asking these players to do anything that they can't do.
The 04 USC Trojans make an argument as one of the all-time greatest college football teams. That team was full of rock stars. And this ain't Carolina Steve Smith. This is New York Giants Steve Smith. He was a good one, too.
Second down, short 9. Leinart has time, lofts it to Smith. He caught it, touchdown! What a catch! Lee going for it again. Got him. Oh, my God. Terrence Tolliver hauls it in. LSU takes the lead with 6 seconds to go.
Got the foot in.
And they're effective today, but they have not had the
Vodtech versus Miami
complement to go with the running game.
Play fake. Michael Vick. Deep down the middle for Emmett Johnson. This is intercepted by Edward Reed.
And that was the case. Sometimes what you got just ain't it on that day. The 2000 Hurricanes were the predecessor to the GOAT team of college football.
14 seconds.
Oh, golly!
Buries him with a sack.
Oh, that hurt my feelings.
Clock is rolling.
Oh, that's ball game.
5 seconds.
That's ball game.
3 seconds.
Yeah, that's ball game. Oh, my God.
San Jose State's going to survive and win this one tonight.
Kill that QB, and UNLV had no timeouts left. Oh.
The captain, Kyle Harmon, comes on a blitz.
Bam!
Rushes Cam Friel.
Speaking of crush, y'all saw Greg Jones in part 1 when he threw that forearm shiver to the safety for North Carolina.
This time Jones has some room and Greg running over people.
Stop! Oh, man.
That's more like what we've seen out of him in his career in Tallahassee.
One coverage. Little sense of urgency here. Looking for a second straight 3 and out.
God damn! Cody Pickett got killed.
Oh, my goodness.
Derek Johnson's one of the best linebackers to ever do it in college.
Got this challenge for both sides. Can Colorado State dig in, and will Colorado come right at him?
Dobbs the fullback. Vickers is behind him. Vickers.
Oh my God, he just went, get off me. Yo. Tebow.
Nobody open, so Tebow scrambles.
Damn.
That's how reputations are earned.
That was the 2 All-Americans right there.
Going head to head.
Offensive Player of the Year and
That's
the
tough.
Defensive Player of the Year head to head. In the history of the Southeastern Conference, this has never happened. Returning Offensive Player of the Year, returning Defensive Player of the Year. Watch. Nobody shied away. Nobody
helmet
shied
to
away,
helmet.
did they?
You know those dudes live for Oklahoma drills.
Tebow and Barry.
There's nobody back deep for Michigan State.
Oh, man. Well, if you're a Michigan fan, look away right now. Hey, I had to go through my trauma with Eric Crouch in Nebraska. This is a play where you don't even have to hear the call from Sean McDonough. You know it word for word. But we're going to do this.
I was going to say, you might want to kick it out of bounds to prevent a return, but with nobody back there, just kick it down the field.
Tell your punter to one-step it. Don't take your normal steps. One-step it. Get it out.
Whoa, he has trouble with the snap, and the ball is free. It's picked up by Michigan State's Jalen Watts-Jackson, and he scores on the last play of the game. Unbelievable.
And unfortunately, that young man became a meme.
38 yards. O'Neal, who's been terrific all season long in his first year at Michigan. All he had to do was handle the snap and get it off, and he could not.
Well, it almost looked like Shawnee started his rugby-style punt before he caught the football to secure it. Definitely a touchdown.
Thank goodness clearly across the goal line before his knee went down, because I don't think anybody on either side would want to have to suffer through another replay review at the goal line.
And I think another, learning tool, another mistake that he made was trying to kick the ball as opposed to, once he secured that football, just cut your losses right there, because the only thing that Michigan State could have countered with would be the Hail Mary.
Jalen Watts-Jackson. Boyle working out of the shotgun.
That is pain personified. This catch, however, is legendary. Tyrone Prothro, and this was before Saban arrived. He's one of those guys that was shining at Alabama when Alabama wasn't really shining.
4th and 12.
And also at a time when Southern Miss really was.
Boyle lays it up. There's a flag down. They're calling touchdown.
Well, this is an awesome catch. Falk has great coverage, but see, he put his left arm on. Look, he catches off his back.
3 running backs behind.
Okay. Now, I did not see this. Obviously, I was only 3 years old. This is quite possibly the most infamous play in the history of college football. And a shout out to my friend Mark Sanders. He's a Mizzou alum. He gets very, very angry if you bring this up to him. He was at this game. There are several stories about the 5th down game. This is Colorado, Missouri, 1990. And rest in peace to the quarterback, Charles Johnson. He went on to have a good career as a receiver for the Pittsburgh Steelers. But here's the backdrop here. So Missouri is obviously, they're not a good football team. They're off to, I think, a 3-1 start at the time. But they haven't been good. Colorado is a power. They are looking to play for a national title. And Mizzou's giving them hell. This has been a back-and-forth game the entire day. And Colorado gets into a 1st and goal late, and they get stopped on 1st down. They get stopped on 2nd down. They get stopped on 3rd down. Then they get stopped on 4th down. Here's the problem. The dial-a-down marker didn't get changed. And it's been revealed years later that that there was a man having a heart attack on the sideline. So the line judge there, I believe, he was in charge of the down marker and decided to go to obviously do the right thing and tend to the man who was having a heart attack. But because of that, the down marker didn't get changed, and now we have 5th down.
Johnson himself, is he in? Yes!
Oh my goodness!
The ball game.
Look out! They're all over the field.
The fans are streaming onto the field as if Missouri won.
Oh!
And this is the hard luck of being a fan of Mizzou athletics. Only these things happen to us. So many bad things happen in the north end zone. I started to believe that the north end zone at Faurot Field in Columbia is cursed.
Oh my goodness!
And yet on the other sideline, the CU Buff team is running onto the field as if they won.
There were guys trying to tear the goalpost down that now have to stop.
Well, they're still trying to tear the goalpost down.
Holy mackerel.
Now, for further context, I believe the Big Eight officiating crew, there was some punishment for that game, but Colorado wins and they go on to split the national championship with Georgia Tech in 1990. If Missouri wins that game and then they win the game against Nebraska in 1997, they single-handedly could have prevented 2 split national champions. That's being a Mizzou fan.
Marines need a stop. Then all the misery head-to-head.
Both the back, Samuel and Weber, both in the backfield.
Keeper. Hit! Right at the marker!
See, they got this call wrong. That is not a first down, and Michigan should have won this game.
The spot will decide it. Delano Hill got there. It looks like it's a first down. It is. Ohio State stays alive.
They not even measure? They didn't choose.
After review, the play stands as called on the field.
That's a bad call.
Second down, Tebow.
Oh, this is the jump pass.
No timeouts remaining.
This is the jump pass. Yeah.
Jump pass. Oh my gosh. That looks like 1955. Holy cow. Are you kidding me?
That's so wild.
Still one timeout left here for Texas Tech. 8 seconds.
And if you know, you already know. Michael Crabtree was a god at Texas Tech. So was Graham Harrell. Graham Harrell, and I know Patrick Mahomes, this, that, and the other, but at the college level, Graham Harrell was the best quarterback Texas Tech ever had. He got them to their highest ranking. They moved up to number 2 after this game because they beat number 1 Texas. This is, oh man.
Second down now. Deep strike. Got the big man. Crabtree pulls free. And touchdown. Red Raiders with a second to go.
The fans had to be rushed off the field. All of them were basically standing on the sidelines surrounding the field for onside kick that Texas Tech had to take, I think, basically at their goal line. It was insane. That was an insane scene in Lubbock.
Samuel cuts it back. Ohio State wins.
Talk about some home cooking on that call.
Fourth and 5, the national championship on the line right here.
Come on, Vince. Greatest.
He's going for the corner. He's got it. Vince Young scores.
I have never watched a college football game that had more of a Hollywood feel to it than this one. Superstars everywhere. Celebrities were at this game. You had the previous 2 Heisman Trophy winners in Matt Leinart, Reggie Bush. You had Lindell White. Their defense was full of thumpers. But with Texas, it was Vince Young. His team was great as well. But I've never, to this day, watched a game that has so much star power on both sides.
I still think him with some type of run pass option going to the right.
Boise State for the win.
They hand it off to Johnson. Boise State has won the Tostitos Fiesta Bowl. Can you believe it?
Coolest thing about that afterwards, Ian Johnson, who was an amazing running back before Doug Martin and Ashton Jeanty at Boise. He proposed to his girlfriend, who was a cheerleader at the time, and they are still married to this day. That's one thing I will never forget watching this game.
If they roll him, I have seen him come out for a...
I hated this play so much. Purdue had him. Pisses me off, bro.
Huge first down up in Madison, Wisconsin. They're going to put him up underneath center, though. They're going to show the I-back behind the fullback here on fourth down. Could be up to the offensive line. No, Crinzel's going to throw for it. Got to get it off.
Yo, look at this shit.
For the ball game. Touchdown! Touchdown! Michael Jenkins on 4th and 1. Would you believe it? Craig Crinzel strikes with a minute and a half.
Also, look how far downfield dude is holding on to Michael Jenkins. In today's football, that's big DPI.
Holy Buckeye! A big-time play, as people said all year. At some time, Craig Crinzel will have to win a game. And on 4th and 1, he goes 37 yards.
So who we got here now? We've got...
Hey, come on now. Outside of Doug Flutie, this is the greatest Hail Mary in college football history. I've also never seen anybody throw a ball this far during a game. Cordell Stewart in today's NFL is a human cheat code. The league wasn't ready for him. The Steelers were using him as running back, as a wide receiver, a little bit of everything. That's where he got the nickname Slash. But if you were to put him in today's game, might be unstoppable.
Caruth that can fly. You got Westbrook, who's a leaper and big and strong and can run. I would think that James Kidd would be on the field as well. Probably Blake Anderson, who's he's a tough guy. Next boy.
If I were the defense, I'd have a few more guys over there.
3 wideouts at the top of the picture. Stewart with time.
You got to keep in mind where he plants his feet to throw the ball. The 27-yard line. That's 73 yards to the end zone.
Lets it go. He's got 3 people down there. The ball's up in the air. Caught. Touchdown. Caught by Westbrook for a touchdown. Incredible.
They call it the miracle in Michigan for a reason. He threw that ball 73 yards once he planted his feet. I have never seen anyone throw a football that far.
There are no flags on the field. Only despair for the maize and blues. Joy and exultation for the Buffaloes of Colorado.
Well, this is why they try it, because it works. You're always looking for the rebound. 81 Westbrook is right there.
Yo, that was absolutely incredible. Again, big thank you to that man right there, Colton Denning, for allowing us to check these videos out. We will be doing part 3 very, very soon. If you love what you saw here, and I appreciate you for watching these, because these are going to be long videos. But again, we're getting ready for college football season. Part 3 will be coming soon, and of course, we're going to give that a like. And you should give this video a like and subscribe to the Sports Encyclopedia. This is your boy K-Rob. Next time, you know what we do. Hugs and hand pounds, and I'll see you in the next one.